Hello, this is Dr. Rosie Kuhn, and this podcast series is called Aging Like a Guru. Who, me? The intention of these podcasts is to explore and maybe create some fascination and curiosity in you about who you are inside this experience that you're having as a human. We have this energeticness about us. We're just energy in physical form. We're spiritual. We're mental. We're physical. We feel things. We have sensations. We have emotions. We have an ability to articulate and communicate with others. It's pretty amazing and complex being that we are. And the intention of these podcasts and being aging as like a guru is that we become more conscious and more choice about how we do what we do. This morning I woke up probably, in the dark, and I was aware of all of the little tiny things that are occurring in me that have me go, okay, I'm aging. Oh my God. I could feel as if every single element of my life was indicating that I was aging and declining into decrepitude. And I thought, well, that's not the way I want to be focusing my life. It doesn't help me go to sleep, and it doesn't help me feel the joy or the delight of being human. So where there's that potential to climb into more of the, I'm aging conversation and look at the symptoms and indications that I am aging, like wrinkles and sags and all those kinds of things. But it's not where I want to choose. I don't want to choose to be there. I choose to be someplace else. So to become aware of that, oh my God, that's where my focus is, or that's where my attention is. I can then begin to potentially choose to see something differently. Another day, a couple days ago, I woke up and I was in this state of joy. Just woke up. I love where I live. I live really immersed in nature. And my bed is right, like the wall with the window on it is right at my bed, so I can look out from my pillow and just look at the beauty of the sun, or the moon has been really bright, so I can see the moon outside when I'm in my bed, just all cuddled up, and it's just an exquisite moment. And so I was questioning, and I woke up and I had my coffee, and I just felt so connected and collected and joyful, which was, I'm telling you, is just rare, had been rare up till about maybe 3 or 4 years ago. So here I'm now able to wake up in joy as opposed to wake up in dread, which had been my normal way for most of, I'd say, all my life, except for the last decade where I started to make the change to have that be something other than dread. So here I woke up in joy and I went, wow, this is great. And then I asked myself, I don't have, my life is not, I don't have a lot of money. And I live in this beautiful little trailer. It's a travel trailer, but it's just this tiny house, about 375 feet, square feet. And it's just perfect for me and for Gracie, my dog. And it's on my 10 acres of land, which is beautiful. And it's awesome. Like I said, I'm immersed in nature. And I asked myself, okay, so I'm in the state of love. I'm in this state of joy and rapture, like really being able to have moments, sense of what rapture actually means. And I go, okay, so in terms of what I value, is this more important than having money? Is this ability, this quality of living more important than being rich, or more important than having my house on the hill, which is what the dream is. You buy a piece of property and then you build a house, and literally a number of years ago, I looked at where the house is supposed to be. I can point to it, and go, okay, so if that house was there, I would not be in this state of being where I feel fulfilled. Not because I have more fame, not because people are buying my books, not because I'm rich, but because of the work I've had to do or chosen to do to know myself better, to know myself more fully, and to experience the fulfillment of that. It's a lot of work. An hour or two a day I spend immersed in this experience of who am I? And I really encourage everyone to do that to the best abilities that they can to find. I find the book Oneness to be a great reflection of the question, who am I? Because it's got so many beautiful, extraordinary answers. So, an hour a day was what I do, and sometimes it's 2 hours where I am immersed in this experience. But it's almost like I would say self-coaching or self-therapy, if you will, being able to sit with myself in places that are difficult or challenging, and to know myself in those places, as opposed to avoid, ignore, deny, distract myself from those. So being with myself, loving myself, learning to love myself, learning to respect myself, learning to honor myself, learning to appreciate myself. Those have been patterns, practices that I've been engaged in, and have come to this place where I can actually feel joyful about being me, as opposed to hating myself, being full of self-loathing, dreading every day, always worrying about where the money was going to come from, all of those things that contribute to something other than well-being. So the point of this conversation is, where do we put our values? Where is our highest value? The other question that comes up is, in this regard, is I use a particular supplement. I've mentioned it a few times, and this is not an infomercial, so I'm not talking about it. But if you'd like to know more, you can find the link on the Podbean site. Go to my website, or just email me at rosie@theparadigmshifts.com. I'd love to share it with you. But the point is that it's a supplement that comes through direct marketing, and a lot of people have a issue with direct marketing, but that's the way it is. But the point is that this particular supplement for me really checks the boxes for quality, integrity, convenience, if you will, what it does for my whole being, not just for particular symptoms, but it affects my whole being, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, on all levels. And so it's a good thing for me. And even though it's expensive related to what, compared to what, it gives me a quality of life that I really appreciate. I don't have the aches and pains. When I'm feeling symptoms of something coming on, if I increase the amount that I'm taking of the supplement, I feel better and I get better. I am healthier, not just symptom-free, but I'm actually better. And so the point of me bringing this up is, even though this is expensive for someone on my budget, it's the value of having health over something else is my highest value. If I don't have my health, then I'm not having fun. If I'm not feeling well, then I don't socialize. I don't connect. My work is less effective. I don't write, or I don't paint. All the things that I enjoy doing in the world, I do less of. I don't get out and exercise. So if my health isn't good, then I'm not participating in life the way I want to. Somebody I know told me that her husband was just diagnosed with diabetes 2, type 2. And so it was a big deal. And it was like, hey, you can get him on this supplement and that'll really help. And it's like, oh, we don't have that kind of money. And I go, yeah, but you spend thousands of dollars traveling every year. And if you don't have your health, you're not going to be doing that traveling, or you're going to be traveling but not having very much fun. Like, what's your choice? What are your choices? So not saying that from, you're stupid if you're not taking care of your health. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, how do you choose what your values are? Where you want to put your time? Where you want to put your investment of your energy? So I really ask you to be curious about you and where you put your emphasis. Where do you put your values? And now mine has been on making money. I wanted to make money. I want to make money. I want to make money. And that creates so much stress for me. It's like, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to focus on well-being. I'm going to focus on my health in a way that works. And I'll talk about that probably in the next podcast. But asking yourself and watching and noticing, where am I placing my values? What's the highest value for me? And do I really live into that, or am I just talking it? Yes, I want health, okay? But I eat, or I drink Coke, or I, do the stuff that I don't exercise. All those things that are an antithesis to health. There's no right, wrong, good, or bad, but it's just like, what's the highest value for you? And what do you want to do to make it like that you actually live into that? And I'm finding that joy is it's a pretty high value. Simplicity, the joy of what I experience, and the simplicity of, letting go of the future, letting go of my worries about money, letting go of, building a house, letting go of all that stuff, gives me this place of much more joy, access to joy and fulfillment. And I'm just wanting you to ask yourself, what is that for you? That's it. All right. I will talk to you again soon. If you want more information about me or coaching, my books, videos, you can find all of that at my website at theparadigmshifts.com. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.